Hello, dear students. Welcome to the software engineering classes. Today's topic is function oriented design. In this lecture, following content will be delivered as software design, problem partitioning, abstraction, and strategy of design. However, strategy of design can be categorized into three parts as bottom up design, top down design, and hybrid approach. So let's have a look. The very first is software design. Software design is more creative process than analysis because it deals with the development of the actual mechanics for a new workable system. Design is a problem solving activity and as such very much a matter of trial and error. The designers together with users has to search for a solution using his or her professional wisdom until there is an agreement that a satisfactory solution has been found. Design is the highly significant phase in the software development where the designer plans how a software system should be produced in order to make it functional, reliable, and reasonably easy to understand, modify, and maintain. Now have a look on problem partitioning. When solving a small problem, the entire problem can be tackled at once. The complexity of large problems and the limitations of human minds do not allow large problems to be treated as huge monitors. For solving large problems, the basic principle is the time based principle of divide and conquer. The idea behind this principle is to divide the problems into smaller and manageable pieces so that each piece can be conquered separately. These different pieces cannot be entirely independent of each other as they together form the system. These different pieces have to cooperate and communicate to solve the larger problem. The designer has to make the judgment about when to stop partitioning effectively. Now have a look on abstraction. An abstraction of a component describes the external behavior of that component without bothering with the internal details that produce the behavior. Abstraction is an indispensible part of the design process and is essential for problem partitioning. Partitioning essentially is the exercise in determining the components of a system. Abstraction is used for existing components as well as the components that are being designed. During the design process, abstractions are used in the reverse manner than in the process of understanding a system. There are two common abstraction mechanisms for software systems. Number first, functional abstraction. In functional abstraction, a module is specified by the function it performs. And the second mechanism is data abstraction. Any entity in the real world provides some services to the environment to which it belongs. Often, the entities provide some fixed predefined services. This case of data entities is similar. Now have a look on strategy of design. A good system design strategy is to organize the program modules in such a way that are easy to develop and later to change. Structured design techniques help developers to deal with the size and complexity of the programs. Analysts create instructions for the developers about how code should be written and how pieces of code should fit together to form a program. There are many strategies or techniques for performing system design. They include bottom up design, top down design, and hybrid approach. So let's have a look one by one on each and every strategy of design. The very first is bottom up design. The bottom up design model starts with the most specific and basic components. It proceeds with the composing higher level of components by using basic or lower level components. It keeps creating higher level components until the desired system is not evolved as one single component. With each higher level, the amount of abstraction is increased. Bottom up strategy is more suitable when a system needs to be created from some existing system where the basic primitives can be used in the newer system. This diagram represents bottom up design in which we can see several nodes are there. However, all the black nodes are considering that means we are moving from bottom to top for designing purposes. Next comes top down design. Top down design takes the whole software system as one entity and then decomposes it to achieve more than one subsystem or component based on some characteristics. Each subsystem or component is then treated as a system and decomposed further. This process keeps on running until the lowest level of the system in the top down hierarchy is achieved. Top down design is more suitable when the software solution needs to be designed from scratch and specific details are unknown. This diagram represents top down design. As we can see, we have started from top to bottom. All the black nodes are treated as top down design that we have started from the root node to the later stages or later level nodes. Next come hybrid approach. Pure top down or pure bottom up approaches are often not impractical. For a bottom up approach to be successful, we must have a good notion of the top to which the design should be heading. Hybrid approach is a combination of both the top down and bottom up design strategies. In this, we can reuse the modules. This diagram represents an hybrid approach in which we can see from both the direction we are moving towards designing from top to bottom as well as bottom to top. In other words, hybrid approach is also known as sandwich approach or sandwich design because it's having a combination of top down and bottom up approaches. So this was all about for today's lecture. For preparing today's lecture, I have taken references from following books like book written by Professor K.K. Agrawal and Yogesh Singh, another book written by Professor Pankaj Jalot, third book is written by Professor Rajiv Mall, and further fourth book written by Professor Roger S. Pressman. So this is all about for today's lecture from my side. Thank you.